Very good afternoon, children. Durgesh Pandey, Parth, please join quickly. Palak Baraskar, Payal, all of you please join quickly. So today I am going to discuss this poem, The Kite. Okay. So let me read this first. The kite. All of us like to fly kites. I know we all know how to ride kites. Kite is really very interesting, isn't it? It flies like anything, like a bird only. We can compare kite with a bird, isn't it? So have you ever tried to fly one? Read this poem about a kite as it flies in the sky. So let me start. How bright on the blue is a kite when it's new. With a dive and a dip, it snaps its tail. Then soars like a ship with only a sail. As over tides of wind it rides, climbs to the crest of a gust and pulls, then seems to rest as wind falls. When string goes slack, you wind it back and run until a new breeze blows. And its wings fill and up it goes. How bright on the blue is a kite when it's new, but a regular thing you never will see when it flaps on a string on the top of a tree. Who is the poet of this poem? Harry Van. So now, my dear children, so this poem is very easy. It is there in very easy language, very interesting. So let me begin this one. Okay, the kite has drawn a beautiful picture of. Actually, the poet, he has drawn a beautiful picture of the flying kite through words in the poem. He has drawn this very beautifully. Beautiful words he has used. How bright on the blue is a kite when it's new. These are the most beautiful words, isn't it? With a dive and a dip, it snaps its tail. Then soars like a ship with only a sail. So we all love to see flying kites, isn't it? We all like to see flight but never noticed how it flies. Have you ever noticed? Yes? Through this beautiful word picture of a flying kite, the poet is just persuading the readers to fly one and notice its beautiful movement. So while the writer tries to highlight this one, with the help of that, you can, if you draw or if you make one kite, if you fly that one, okay, you can feel and you can enjoy the same. Okay? So, let me read this one. How bright on the blue. What is blue here? That means blue sky. How bright on the blue. What looks bright here is a kite when it's new. Okay, if you observe, if you watch in the sky, you can see when the kite is very new, it looks so bright. This is the first two lines. Got it? Okay, and with a dive and a dip, it snaps its tail. Then soars like a ship when only a sail. So it moves with smoothness and force together at the same time to fly, makes its tail to create a cracking sound in the air. Meaning what? So we can say it looks like with a dive meaning swimming jab karte diving we can say. Okay, so dive and a dip, it snaps its tail. Okay, to go into water with a force and softness together. So this sky is looking like this only. It just like we can say like sea. Okay, it is just diving in that one. And it looks very nice. Okay, it moves with softness and force together at the same time to fly, makes its tail Okay, to create a cracking sound in the air. There is a sound when this kite flies, sound you can hear. You just try to make one and fly it in the sky and then you observe the same. So my dear children, you understood this first paragraph, first stanza up to this. Okay, next is as over tides of wind it rides, climb to the crest of a gust and pulls. Okay, then seems to rest as wind falls. Okay, so soars meaning fly high, soars meaning fly high. Okay, climbs also to go high. Okay, now crest we can say the top, mountain top. Okay, or a tuft of the feathers on the head of the bird or animal, meaning the top part of this. Okay, so now let us read. Then soars like a ship only a sail over. Now as over tides and wind it rides, climbs to the crest of a gust and pulls, then seems to rest as wind falls. Okay, such moves help it to float in the sky, just waves rising and falling with a sudden blow of the wind. It goes up to the highest point in the sky in a wavy manner, in a way a ship moves on the ocean. But as soon as the wind slows down, it seems as if it has stopped there to rest. Okay, and over tides of it wind rides, climb to the crest of a gust and pulls, meaning this kite, it is trying to reach to the highest point, meaning crest meaning the topmost point in the sky, we can say. It is reaching. That wind takes it to that level. Okay, then seems to rest as wind falls. Okay, it goes to the highest point in the sky in a wavy manner. Okay, the way ship moves on the ocean. Okay, this kite's movement is comparing with the movement of the ship. The way it rides, it goes to that ocean, it is also going the same. But as soon as the wind slows down, it seems as if it has stopped there to rest. Okay, so when this tide, we can say, this kite with the help of this wind, it goes and it reaches to that highest level of the sky. Okay, and take rest when this wind falls down. Understood? Now then, when string goes slack, you wind it back and run until a new breeze blows. And its wings fill and up it goes. Okay, so when the thread tied to the kite, okay, then it will go, it will fly. But if it loosen, the flyer runs and rolls it back. If we loosen that thread, then what will happen? If the string, meaning the thread, if it goes slack, okay, if it goes slack, then what will happen? You can wind it back. That kite will come back to you and run until a new breeze blows, and it can't fly until that new breeze doesn't come, meaning new air. If it doesn't get that air, okay, it can't run properly. He waits till a new breeze blows again and fills its wings with air to help it to fly again. And he has to wait for that new air. Jab tak nahi aayega, then till then he can't fly it can't fly. Okay, so now again you can see, my dear children, how bright on the blue is a kite when it's new, but a raggedier thing you never will see when it flaps on a string in the top of a tree. Okay, so a kite looks very bright and beautiful on a clear sky. But when it gets stuck on the tree top, it goes turn. It gets turned. Sometimes have you ever seen? जैसे kite उड़ते उड़ते अचानक से trees में अटक जाता है. I think all of you have seen. If it got stuck in the tree, top of the tree, then it gets torn. It gets torn and gives a poor worn out, and its looks become very bad, isn't it? And which is not liked by anyone. We don't like torn kite. Who will like? Nobody will like. You will tear it and you will throw it. So this is the last one. How bright on the blue is a kite when it's new. It is looking nice when it is absolutely new, and but a raggedier thing, the most pathetic thing you never will see. Okay, what is that? Thing is that if it is got stuck in the in the top of the tree, it gets torn by the same, and it has to wait, and then nobody will like that kite. So this is the explanation of this poem Kite. Okay, so now my dear children, anybody has got any doubt regarding the same? Anybody has got any doubt? Anybody has got any doubt regarding this? So let me just revise that part again. Okay, so just I am revising this whatever we have just discussed. Okay, so how beautiful on the blue is a kite when it's new. With a dive and a dip, it snaps its tail, then soars like a ship with only a sail. And over tides of wind it rides, climbs to the crest of a gust and pulls, then seems to rest as wind falls. When string goes slack, you wind it back and run until a new breeze blows, and its wings fill and up it goes. How bright on the blue is a kite when it's new, but a raggedier thing you never will see when it flaps on a string in the top of a tree. Okay? So in the clear sky means there are no clouds. Clear sky meaning was there will be no clouds. Okay, a kite will look bright in it. Clear sky meaning there will be no cloud and full air will be there, then we can ride this kite. We can fly this kite. It will be clearly noticeable. Everybody can see that one. The kite hurls with every wake. Its tail produces a cracking sound. That cracking sound, that flapping sound you can hear. One sound will be there while flying that one. Okay, then while flying, all of a sudden the kite goes higher and higher and reaching to the top of that level. Okay, just like sheep. Okay, with a sail cloth. It moves forward when the wind is strong. But as the wind falls, it seems as if it is also taking a rest for a while in the air. Sometimes the thread tied to the kite loosen. The flyer tries to roll the thread and runs till a new breeze fills its wings. But if it is torn, the looks of that kite will change, isn't it? We don't like to carry that one. But when it gets stuck on the top of the tree, it gets torn and gives a poor look. So we don't like that poor look one. We like that new one and then beautiful one. Okay, so my dear children, this is the overall of this one. So anybody has got any confusion? Anybody has got any confusion? My dear, Anybody has got any confusion? Anybody has got any queries? Any question? Any question, my dear? You understood this one? So I will share one podcast with you. Now only I'll share. So all the children, please, you can make one podcast of this same poem. You can give your own tune and send it to my Google Classroom. Okay? All of you please do the same podcast. Okay? I'll share one link with you. So you can write to me if you have any doubt. If you have any doubt, you can write to me. Anybody has got any doubt, you just write down to me. I'll share one link with you. I think I did the same only, the kite. So you just write to me if you have anything in your mind, you can write. I send one podcast, you can listen. Okay? Podcast of the kite. So please go visit to that link and just try to listen it. This is very important. So now trend is there to make podcasts. So all of you start doing this one. It's really very interesting. Okay, so anything from your end, if you have any doubts regarding, or else I am going to ask you some questions. Anybody has got any question? Yes, ragged meaning torn or broken. Okay? Ragged meaning torn, T-O-R-N, torn or broken. Okay? Okay, ragged meaning torn, I already told you. Anybody has got any question in your mind? So if you have any confusion, so please write to me. Yes? So do one thing, you just write down these question answers. Not question answers, just write down this poem and make podcast of the same topic. Okay, and then send it to my Google Classroom. Clear to you? I already shared one link with you. You can listen, and after that you just do this one. Okay, you can listen through various things like Anchor, Spotify, Amazon Music. All the options will be coming, and then you have to select one, and after that you can easily listen this one. Clear? Okay, anything from your end? Yes? Okay. Yes. So anybody? So understood what is kite here? You know, all of you are knowing about this same fact. So once again, just read this one. How beautiful on the blue is a kite when it's new, with a dive and a dip. So you read each and every line very clearly, and some of the words I have already discussed. Okay, so better to write it down. Okay, better to write it down and then you just go through this one. Okay. So write this poem and do the podcast and send it to my Google Classroom. Okay. So no more question, no more doubt. Then tomorrow I'll discuss this same question answers. Some of the question answers I'll discuss with you tomorrow. And after that I'll just take one small quiz. Okay. And before that I need podcast. Please send it to Google Classroom. Okay. The best one will be awarded. Your one will be shared in the group. If you really do it well, so I'm going to share it in my group, in your group, class group. जिसका अच्छा होगा उसका group में share करेंगे. So please do it with with your full energy. Okay? ठीक है? So thank you very much for attending this class. So yeah, I'm going to take your attendance. So don't leave this now. Nobody should leave. Yes, I'm going to take your attendance. Those who have left, they will be loser. Okay. So thank you very much. See you tomorrow in the same time. All of you join as soon as class starts. Okay. So don't delay. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.